No captivity. Freezy, freezy, freezy.
What up? You are officially locked in to No Captivity with Freezy, where we tackle issues that sometimes have us trapped in this thing that we call life. But if you know me, you know my motto. To free yourself, you must heal yourself. Let me hear you say it. To free yourself, you must heal yourself. And if you rock with your boy Freezy, please hit the like and subscribe button hard right now. And also comment and share this video. That is if you rock with your boy Freezy. Just in case y'all haven't noticed, times have changed, life has changed, and the type of influences that we have today that's affecting our young boys and girls is unlike any other.
No captivity.
The youth in the black community is basically mimicking what rappers are doing, male and female. So that brings me to the topic of today, parents versus rappers. Who's winning? Does anyone have a definite answer to that question? The influence that rappers have today is unprecedented. With the wide range of social media outlet exposure, your kids will most likely soak up the infamous lifestyle that these rappers are either living or fabricating. Either way, they're doomed. Let's take this guy for example. Big Scar just recently passed away from a drug overdose, specifically prescription drugs, which has been heavily influenced throughout the black community for damn near over a decade now. He was found dead at his girlfriend's house in Memphis, Tennessee this past Thursday. Or what about this guy, Takeoff, from the well-known rap group Migos, that was killed in Houston, Texas, after a dice game outside of a bowling alley, simply because his homeboy, Quavo, got into it because he was losing his money, which sparked hostility amongst the crowd. Or what about this guy, PNB Rock, simply lost his life eating at a restaurant in Los Angeles, California with his girl, who became a victim of a robbery because of his money and valuable jewelry. And this guy, Mo3, shot dead in broad daylight on Interstate 35 in Dallas, Texas, in broad daylight. What about this guy, Young Dolph? He was deleted while simply going to buy some cookies at a local establishment in Memphis, Tennessee, due to an ongoing beef that had been brewing for a substantial amount of time. We ain't done, and here's Pop Smoke. If you ask me, he was going to be one of the biggest rappers we've seen since 50 Cent, who also was shot 9 times. But that's another story. But what was he doing? He was having a get-together at an Airbnb in California. He also was a victim of robbery, home invasion to be more specific. And we can't forget about Nipsey Hussle. Even though I will say he represented positivity in some aspects, because of his gang-affiliated culture, he too got gunned down right outside of his store in Los Angeles on Slauson and Crenshaw Boulevard. And I don't even want to tell y'all how this guy went. He got deleted creeping around at some other dude's girl's house and got caught slipping. He goes by the name of Trouble. Hey, I guess he really did live up to his name. But before we keep going, I know y'all asking me, Freezy, why you bringing up all of this? Well, it's relevant to the information that I'm about to bring out. But I want y'all to keep this question in the back of y'all heads. Who's winning, the parents or the rappers? Here's a chart that calculated crime in the US. But to be fair, this information was gathered in 2019. But keep in mind, the information that we're about to discuss here is more than likely smaller numbers than what we're experiencing right now in these present days and times. So what I want y'all to do is zoom in on the first category, which is murder and non-negligent manslaughter. Now, these categories are represented by different races, including white America, black and African American, American Indian, Asian, Native Hawaiian, and Hispanic. But because of our time limitations, we're gonna just focus on black America versus white America. Now, under murder and non-negligent manslaughter, the percentage distribution, as we can see right here, highlighted in blue, white people have a percentage of 45.8 versus versus black and African American people have a percentage of murder and non-negligent manslaughter of 51.2, which is obviously at a higher percentage distribution. And if we go down to robbery right here, highlighted in blue, as you can see, the percentage distribution for white America is 44.7 versus the percentage distribution for black or African Americans is 52.7%, which is also higher than our counterparts. But to be fair, if we take a look at all the other categories, we see that white Americans have a higher percentage distribution across the board, including rape, aggravated assault, burglary, larceny, theft, motor vehicle theft, arson, property crime, forgery and counterfeiting, fraud, embezzlement, and many others. But when it comes to the number 1 ranked offense and the number 3 ranked offense, which is murder and non-negligent manslaughter and robbery, black Americans are leading the march across the board of all races. That's including white people, American Indians, Asian, Native Hawaiian, Hispanic, or Latino. And this made me think to search who had the lowest graduation rate from high school. And as soon as I searched it, the first thing that popped up was black students. So considering all of this, who's winning? Is it the parents or the rappers? We've discussed rappers who've been slain by the hands of street violence, who at the same time promoted street violence themselves.
This one here for the thug.
But is murder the only thing these rappers are propagating as well as experiencing? This guy ain't dead, but he is in some hot shit as he's fighting for his life in jail. At the same time, his homies and even his brother have taken plea deals to save their own ass.
No captivity.
Even his brother. Yeah, that's right. These same thugs, these same gangster rappers who always talking about they don't snitch, they don't tell, they don't work with them people. Yeah, right. But do they have more influence than you do as a parent? Be honest. And you know we can't forget about this guy. Tory Lanez whole life just got flipped upside down, back and forth, when he was found guilty on assault, possession, and discharge of a firearm. Now, I will say this about Tory. After deep analysis, I don't think he was guilty of a lot of those charges. But by now, we all know the main reason why he got caught up. Why he's sitting in jail, waiting to be sentenced, possibly for 22 years of his life. This woman right here, Megan the fucking Stallion. Yup, that's her name. But these type of women are who the rappers are influencing these young black boys to be with. Yeah, don't get you a wholesome woman. Get you a thought, a 304, a dirty foot. Ask yourself, do your young teenage boys want a woman that looks like this? Or a woman that's dressed very modest, that's hardly showing any body parts? Be honest. Don't lie to your brother Freezy. Don't do it. But it ain't just the young ones. It's the old ones too. Here's your boy, P. Diddy. Got to be going on about 70 years old. Yeah, he's one of the grandfathers of them all. This guy has been manipulating and influencing black youth for years.
No captivity.
And he don't show no signs of slowing down. He too is showing our young black boys what type of female they need to associate themselves with. Once again, thoughts and dirty foots. These are the women that these grown-ass men are pushing to the forefront. Now we know any parent with some damn sense don't want their young boys tying themselves together with a 304 like this. And like I said, P. Diddy is old as hell, but yet and still, he's one of the power moguls who most of these rappers look up to. And it trickles all the way down to your house. Not to mention, he's just having kids all over the place. How many kids does he have? 7, 8, 9, 10? Shit, I lost count long time ago. But who else is promoting spreading your seed irresponsibly all over the place? Your homeboy, Future. But I'm pretty sure it's more black fathers that have more of an influence over their boys than Future does. Or do they? But if the rappers aren't getting murdered, facing prison time, associating themselves with thoughts, or just irresponsibly having babies all over the damn place, they being accused of suspect tendencies, being a little sweet, liking fruity pebbles if you know what I mean. stamped with gay rumors, and so far in the closet they can't hardly see.
No captivity.
Y'all don't believe me? Look at this.
I guess the last thing that, people, Trick Daddy was throwing shots saying, Birdman doesn't know if he's a blood or a Crip or this, this gay thing and that gay thing.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
He was saying that you was gay.
Come on, man. I'm a straight gangster, man. That nigga been in my hood. He know what's happening with me. Yeah. You hear me? Nigga know what's happening with me, man.
Yeah.
I guess nigga get on the radio and won't be funny or something, but
Right.
nigga know what's happening with me, man. Google me, man.
Google you? This man said Google me, man. Now he just asked you, are you gay? Cause people is saying this. Trick Daddy's saying it and several others. And your answer was, Google me, man. But once again, this is another rap mogul that a lot of these mainstream rappers are looking up to. But enough about Birdman. This guy used to be up under Birdman. Pause. Shit, maybe he was. I don't know. But this is what it's come to. A rapper like Young Thug can wear a dress and convince millennials, Gen Zs, and Gen Alphas that just because he wears a dress doesn't mean he's homosexual or bisexual. It's just a form of expression. Did a lot of y'all kids believe that? I damn sure didn't. But this ain't about me. This about y'all kids. That's why I'm making this video. Cause I care whether you believe it or not. But even if they ain't wearing dresses and trying to convince us because they wear a dress doesn't make them gay, we have other rappers who are intentionally promoting their homosexuality in the form of rap music. We all know this guy, Lil Nas X, who had the cute little #1 song, Rodeo, that swept up all the young adolescents across the nation. I even remember he did a concert at a gymnasium amongst nothing but young boys and girls who was singing his song word for word, whose lyrics turned out to describe homosexual activity. If you don't believe me, go listen to it. I ain't just talking.
That's all you do.
No,
You
I
rap.
ain't lying about this. And hold on. Before the LGBTQ community try to cancel Freezy, this is not a bashing session against y'all. I'm just stating the obvious. And speaking of obvious, if you can't see what this is portraying, well, you blind as all outdoors. Here we have Lil Nas X once again, a young black man with a broke wrist indicating his homosexuality while coincidentally serving time in a maximum state prison with nothing but black men in the background, probably in the closet or homosexual as well. I wonder who this was trying to target. But maybe I'm just over-exaggerating. But if it's not any of those things we just covered, at the root of it all, they definitely gonna make sure they represent Satan like it's just another day in the park.
This one here for the thug.
But I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys as parents pretty much has more of an influence than these guys do. Or do they? Do you see what I see? They don't give a damn no more. They putting it right in your child's face. It's obvious. It was all a plan from the start. It's obvious who they represent. But some of y'all parents gonna sit right there and play that shit on y'all radio as y'all heading to and fro in y'all vehicles with your kids in the car.
No captivity.
I mean, look at him. His eyes is lit up, obviously symbolizing the Illuminati, and he's basically telling you he's Satan in the flesh. This shit done went way past rap. Way past rap. But hold on. It's not just the men rappers, it's the females too. They just as bad, if not worse. Mothers, answer this question. Do you have more influence over your daughters than this woman right here, Nicki Minaj? Believe it or not, some of y'all are training your daughters to be like Nicki Minaj. I done seen a lot of these social media videos, and it's a crying shame. But who's winning? You or Nicki Minaj? From the looks of it, Nicki Minaj winning this one. Look, she got the mink coats in the background. She got the expensive shades on. And we can't forget about the iced out jewelry around her neck. I'm pretty sure most everything we see in this picture is over 100 to 200,000. Mothers, are y'all competing with this? Do you have more influence over your daughters than she does? Or what about Cardi B? Now, in this picture, she doesn't look that bad, but I want you guys to pay attention to the paparazzi in the background and all the attention that she's getting. This is what your young girls long for. This is what they want. A ridiculous influx of vanity and superficial importance. Looks like she's pretty classy right here, doesn't she? Welp, spoke too soon. Once again, thoughtlicious at its finest, licking her lips like she's the wicked Jezebel of the world. So who's winning, Mom? You or Cardi B? If I was to bet my money, I'm betting on Cardi B. She got millions of fans, and her influence with these young black girls is through the roof.
No Cap-tivity.
And you know I ain't lying. How can you compete with this? And on top of that, I done heard some of you older women say you want to get flued out. Yep, right there in front of your daughters, whether it's on social media or in real life. And you know I ain't lying.
No Cap-tivity.
This is the majority of what you see. Thoughts and 304s like this. And not only that, look at the relationships that they're in. Straight dysfunction at its best. But they don't care because they getting flued out. Taking on shopping sprees. Going on trips across the world. How can black moms compete with this? While you guys are divorcing your husbands, advocating for this strong black woman image, your daughters are in their rooms listening to these two, talking about act up, bitch, it get smacked up. Stop acting like y'all don't know that song. But who's winning? Look like they winning to me. They iced out, got designer clothes on, designer shades, even got the veneers in their mouth. Blonde hair, they living their best life, ain't they? And you know what? To be fair, they married. We got to throw that out there, right? And yeah, that's Offset, 1/3 of the Migos, related to Takeoff, who we talked about earlier that got gunned down in Houston, Texas, over a dice game. But what kind of wife does Offset really have? Well, we already seen that a couple of photos ago. Straight thought behavior. And if you're saying he doesn't have a lot of influence over your young boys, you lying to yourself. Who's winning? But just like the male rappers, at the root of it all, it's about pushing the spirit of Satan right dab in the center of your child's mind. If you think this is just an innocent picture with Nicki Minaj wearing gray contacts, you're sadly mistaken.
This one here for the thug.
The amount of wicked spiritual energy that's been invested in these artists to put forth to your kids is astonishing. If you don't think there's a clear agenda to win over your children's souls, you are crazy as hell.
No Cap-tivity.
It was already written. And I know some of y'all ain't religious, but as far as what influences me, it's the Spirit of God. And he already prophesied everything we discussed today. Just like right here in Isaiah, 3rd chapter, 12th verse. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and the women rule over them. Isn't that what we see today in modern day society? With most of these single parent households being led by mothers? Or am I just seeing things? And if the children are our oppressors, who's winning? The rappers or the parents? Well, I can give you a solution on how you can win. Black men, start choosing better when it comes to women, making sure they have morals and modesty high on the Richter scale, becoming better leaders, assuring that you made the right choices to keep your households together. And women, keep your damn legs closed. It ain't that hard, because I can assure you, your bodies are far more important than all of the money, jewelry, and designer clothes that we just seen in these photos. It don't even come close.
No Cap-tivity.
And once we can do this and show the attention that our children need, I can guarantee you, you will then win the battle of influence over these selfish rappers and entertainers. Freezy love all y'all, and don't you forget that. And if you have any stories or events that you want Freezy to cover, please leave it at freezy76@gmail.com. And like I said before, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, No Cap-tivity with Freezy.
No Cap-tivity.
And make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And like I always tell you guys, to free yourself, you must heal yourself. And until the next time, we out of here.
No Cap-tivity.
Freezy.